So you're looking to move to the Palm Beaches of South Florida, and you're looking for a town that's somewhat affordable. You don't want the bigger cities like West Palm Beach. I've got a hidden gem for you today, and we're gonna talk about Lake Park, Florida. Now, we're gonna go over where it's located, kind of like what it's like living there. I'm gonna show you a little bit around town. It's even got its own little downtown area. What's going on there? There's some big developments that are going on there. And we'll check out some of the neighborhoods, take a drive through the downtown. Also show you it's got quite a bit of retail and shopping there. And we're gonna do that and a little bit more, and we're getting after it right now. If this is your first time to our channel, be sure and hit that like and subscribe button. We're putting out new content every week. You don't want to miss out on that. Also, be sure and share our videos. That helps us channel out a lot. Now, if you are looking to move down here, relocate, or just buy maybe some investment property in the Palm Beach, South Florida, I'm the guy to see. I've helped plenty of people do that, and I get people reaching out to me every day. But you got to do what those people did. You got to give me a call, a text, an email. Heck, you can send a message in a bottle, because that'll work too. Any way you want to get a hold of me, I got your back if you're thinking about moving to the Palm Beaches of South Florida. All right, I'm Ray Petric. I'm a real estate agent down here with eXp Realty. So today we're talking about Lake Park. If we're gonna talk about Lake Park, we're gonna talk about Kelsey Park. I'm in Kelsey Park right now. It's located right on the Intra-coastal. That's called Lake Worth. They call that, not the town, but that's what they call that. Right across from me, I actually live directly, matter of fact, directly across from here. That's Singer Island over there. So we got the Intra-coastal, and just on the other side of there is the Atlantic Ocean. So you're very close to the water. So the location, we're just about 5 miles from downtown West Palm Beach, 8 miles from Jupiter. Palm Beach Gardens, we're really basically adjacent to that. North Palm Beach is right here on the northern edge. Riviera Beach is just to the south. So I-95 takes you, you're there in just a few minutes. Palm Beach International is a whole 10 minutes from here, 15 minutes tops. So you're really close to everything. You can get down to Miami, you can get to Fort Lauderdale within an hour to say 2 hours to Miami, depending on the traffic. So that's where you're located right here in Lake Park, Florida. So as far as the history of Lake Park, it was founded by Harry Seymour Kelsey in like 1923, and then it was designed by the Olmsted brothers, who were the son and nephew of Frederick Law Olmsted, and they did the landscape project at Central Park in New York, the Jefferson Memorial, the White House grounds, Cornell University. They had done a bunch of big projects, so they came down here and actually designed the layout of Lake Park. And so that's what you're dealing with here. So you'll notice if you're driving in and around the neighborhoods here, you just get a nice feeling being here. It's just such a great laid-back place. So the town has a ton of condos along the Intra-coastal, and then there's a lot of single family and some multifamily on the interior, but most of that's single family. And I'll take you for a ride, and I'm going to run my drone up and down here on the Intra-coastal so you can get an idea what that looks like. I'm here at Kelsey Park, like I said, and this is really an amazing park. There's a lot of people here today. It's the weekend. They've got tennis and pickleball. They got a playground. They really keep this park really nice, and it's really an amazing little park for people to enjoy here. And there's really people here even during the week, weekends, whatever. It gets a lot of use because it's a great park. It's got this great view, as you can see right behind me. You can't beat it. As far as the weather and the climate, it's typical Palm Beach. In the wintertime, it gets into the 60s, 70s. Yes, it can get down lower than that, but most time in the 70s. And then during the fall and spring, you're talking in the 80s, up mid to upper 80s most of the time. In the summer, it can get into the 90s and get really hot. But what's really great about it, you're really close to the water, so you get this great breeze, and it blows through all the time. So right now, it's a typical day. It's in the 80s, but it doesn't feel like it because I got a great breeze coming off the Atlantic, so that's just what it's like. Now, we do get quite a bit of rain, but for the most part, unless there's a tropical storm that's hanging around or a hurricane, you'll get this rain. It'll come either in the mornings or in the afternoon, and then it's gone. It's not where you have torrential rains all the time. It's more you know, just an afternoon rain or a morning rain. But you want to be prepared because storms here come up really quick. So as I said, I'm in Kelsey Park, but there's a number of other great parks right around here. There's MacArthur Park to the north. That's on A1A, that's on Singer Island. It's just to the north and east of here. Then to the south of here, you've got Blue Heron. You've got Phil Foster Park. That's Riviera Beach. You've got Peanut Island, which is just really 5 minutes from here. And you can get to Juno Pier within, you know, 7 to 8 minutes just north. There's also a Lake Park Scrub Natural Area that's located in Lake Park. I've never been to that. I might take you over there and check that out just to see what it's like. Now the cool thing about Lake Park, it does have its own little artsy little downtown area. Today they got some sort of event going on there. They had the streets closed, but I'm going to see if I can get through there again and show you what that looks like. It's really kind of cool and it's really kind of unique. It's all independently owned, mom and pop type of places, and it's really kind of a nice little laid back environment. So I'm leaving Kelsey Park. You know, I'm going to show you some of the architecture down here, the neighborhoods, but also I'm going to go right downtown. So they had some sort of art fair going on here, so I didn't really want to go there then. But I think I'm going to do it anyways. They're kind of closing up right now. But this is a main thoroughfare, east and west. You also have North Lake Boulevard as well. And then the north and south is A1A, and on the other side is Congress. Actually, my dentist is right here. If you guys want a great dentist, if you move to Florida, he's right here on the corner of Park and US 1. And it's Dr. Crape, so there's his dentist office right there. And I'm kind of particular with dentists. I've kept the same dentist for a long time. When I moved down here, I had some things going on and I had to get it taken care of, and they saw me and took care of me immediately. Show you, but they also have a lot of public parking. So I know a lot of downtown areas, old downtown areas, they don't have enough parking. Well, look what they have here. They have giant lots. And that's free public parking, so you don't find that anywhere. So there's a lot of restaurants and bars along here, which I'm going to show you, and we'll go take a look at them. I think I can get through there now. They had this fair going on, so I don't know if I'm going to get in there, but they're kind of done with that now. But these are the typical houses you'll see along here. Look at, they're even building some new ones. Office, a lot of little shops. Some of these are getting some new shops in them. There's just a lot of money being put into this area. have retail down below with condos up above. Check that out. And that's right in the downtown area, so you got really good access to shopping and restaurants and things like that. There's some more redevelopment you're seeing all along here. It's a bunch of redevelopment going on. And they have their own little theater, the Lake Park Theater. Now also along US 1, you're going to see mostly a lot of restaurants that are independently owned as well. But then if you get over onto North Lake, which is the northern border, on that road you're going to see a lot of your big box stores. You got your Publix there obviously, so you've got your shopping all along there. You got Home Depot and Lowe's and all that all along there. And even after that, even on North Lake, you've got a lot of restaurants. You know, you've got your Chipotle, your Chick-fil-A, just a whole bunch of restaurants and shops, big box stores, Target, Walmart's just south of there. So you have everything you need over in that area. And so really you have this commercial area to the north, and then on the east edge you have a little bit of restaurants and things like that in development. But all the other parts in between and along the water is all, you know, residential. So it's laid out pretty nice. As far as what you can do here, well, you can do the same things you can do anywhere here in the Palm Beaches. One, if you're into the water sports, boating, fishing, if you're into golfing, tennis. You know, right here at Kelsey Park, they have some really nice tennis courts. If you want to go fishing, you can go fishing right here. People are right behind me fishing right now. Matter of fact, the mullet run's going on here in South Florida, and that's when all the mullet, it's a fish, it's a bait fish mostly. Most people don't eat them, but anyways, they come through in these big pods of them along the coast, and they're actually in the Intra-coastal right now too. And then what you have is tarpon and sharks and jacks and barracudas. All the bigger fish will be feeding on them. It's just really it's an amazing thing, and it goes on every year. And if you've never seen it, you got to see it. As far as what you can do here, water sports, if you're into boating, if you're into fishing, if you're into snorkeling, diving, you know, they were surfing the other day. The waves were good enough so they could surf. They do that. They do the kite surfing. Everything water, you can do it here. I've talked about it in all my videos. As far as sports to go and check out sports and watch them, you know, pro sports, we've got, you know, football, we've got baseball, basketball, everything within, you know, an hour drive or so, hockey even. And then if you're into golf, professional golf, you know, they play some major golf tournaments around here, as well as tennis. Spring training down here for baseball. We've got 4 different teams that play in the area. We've the Marlins, the Cardinals, the Astros, and the Nationals. So that's all within a few minutes of here. And then you have some minor league teams that play here. It's just really, you know, at sports, any type of sport you're into watching or playing, for that matter, you can do it right here in and around Lake Park. As far as retail and restaurants, as I said, you've got your big box, you've got your Walmart, your Target, all in and around here. You've got grocery stores, you've got Whole Foods really close. We have a really nice outlet mall down in West Palm Beach. It's one of my favorite outlet malls, the Tanger Outlet Mall. It actually is really legit. It's got really low prices. I buy a lot of things there all the time when I'm out and about shopping. I think I bought this shirt there. So it's one of the best outlet malls I've ever been to. Key is to go there during the week if you can, because it gets really packed on the weekends. And like I said, you can get to all these bigger towns. If you want to go to Lauderdale, you want to go to West Palm Beach is a few minutes really, but Lauderdale's 45 minutes to an hour. Miami, like I said, an hour and a half to 2 hours. You can go up north. Even if you want to go up to Disney, you can get there in just a few hours from here. So it's really, you want to go to Tampa, 3.5 hours from here. Really easy to get to. Fort Myers, you know, it's just across the other side of the state. So all those places are really accessible. And as far as like the airports, like I said, it's very easy to get in and out of here. If you don't want to fly out of West Palm Beach, you can fly out of Fort Lauderdale as well. So as far as getting access to the beaches, from here, if you're living in Lake Park, you're probably going to go to either Riviera Beach, and there's a couple access points there. There's a main one on the south end, but there's also some in between that you can go to. Even at MacArthur Park, they have an access to the beach. Or you can run up to Juno. Juno Pier, that Juno Beach area is really great, and they have beautiful beaches up there as well. But there's really, you know, no limit to where you can go. You can go to beaches all the way up and down the coast. So let's talk about some new development that's been going on here in Lake Park. One thing, all along US 1, a lot of that has been bought up by developers. They've been planning this for a long time. So Nautilus 220 is a 330 unit building. It's just to the south of me here, and it's going to be planned to be open in about a year or so. I don't know if they'll get there by that time, but they're really going to town to it. They've got, I believe they're almost all the way to the top. It's 2 24-story towers. There's going to be a restaurant there. It's really a lifestyle type of a building, similar to some of the ones we have up and down the coast already. It's on the Intra-coastal. It's right on the border of Lake Park and Riviera Beach. It's an easy to get to location, and it's really going to be an anchor for this community. Now, those properties in there, 1,500 to 3,400 square feet, 2 and 3 bedroom. Right now, I think they may have a few of them left in the $1.5 million price point, but most of them are up in the high 2s to over 3 at this point. They've had a lot of sales there, and I think they're probably around 70% sold out. If you are thinking about buying something like that, be sure and, you know, reach out to me, give me a call or a text. I'd love to help you with that process. I'm very familiar with that development and know the girls at the sales office very well. Now let's talk about what the housing is here. Besides Nautilus, it's mostly made up of, you know, waterfront condos and single family homes. The waterfront condos range in the 2 to 3, a lot of $300,000 to $400,000 price point. So you can get yourself something pretty nice in that $300,000 to $400,000. That's usually going to be a 2-bedroom condo. You're going to get some really nice views, even in that price point, right on the water. Now, a lot of these are older buildings, but they have been well taken care of. The thing you want to check, though, with the new laws in effect, you want to check out as far as what the reserves are. So there's a lot of really nice waterfront condos here on the Intra-coastal in Lake Park, and all the way, you know, from Riviera Beach all the way up to North Palm Beach. So they kind of intertwine. You wouldn't know if you were in one area if you weren't in the other. They kind of just go together. But those range in that, you know, there are some in the 2s, but you're going to find mostly in the high 2s to the 3s to $400,000 price point. You can get yourself a really nice waterfront condo in that $300,000 to $400,000 price point with amazing views. So that's what you got as far as the condos go. And then, I mean, one of them right here is an amazing building. This overlooks the park, overlooks Kelsey Park. But anyways, as far as the single families go, you're gonna be looking at a price point. You can still find things in, you know, maybe a fixer-upper in the 2s, but usually you're looking at 3s, 4s, and $500,000 price point and above that. But there is mostly a lot of, you know, that $400,000 price point for single family homes. There is mostly that $300,000 to $400,000 price point. And that's going to get you something that's like, you know, 1,000 square feet. It's just going to be something really small. If you want to get something bigger, you're probably going to be paying, you know, that $400,000 to $500,000 price point. The prices here are a little bit, okay, so the prices here are more than they are in Riviera Beach, and they're a little bit less than North Palm Beach. So they're not quite to that level yet, but with all the new development in the area, I think this area of Lake Park has tons of room for appreciation. So if I were thinking of coming down here and I didn't want to pay North Palm Beach prices, I'd really seriously consider looking at Lake Park. It's still a safe, nice community. It's not North Palm Beach, but I'll tell you what, I would live here in a second. I'm in Lake Park all the time, and I feel just as safe here as I feel at all these communities. All right, once again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, because we are putting out new content every week, and you don't want to miss out on that. And share our videos, because that helps us out a lot. Now, if you are thinking about moving down here, relocating, or buying and selling property in the Palm Beaches, I am a licensed real estate agent with eXp Realty down here in South Florida. I actually live just directly across here. I'm familiar with this area and all the areas around here. So you got to do what all the people that I've helped did, and that is you got to reach out. You got to give me a call, a text, or an email. I'm Ray Petric, real estate expert in the Palm Beaches of South Florida. I'll see you on the other side.